Alright guys, so here's the review of the Baltany D12. So this is a Dirty Dozen Homage. This is actually the third Baltany I've had on the channel. So I've been trying it out for a while. I was sent the watch more or less for free. I think I had to pay about £25–30, something like that. But you know the score. It's not going to change the way I do my reviews. Going to keep it 100% honest all the time, no matter what. So, like I say, this is the third one I've had. It may possibly be the best one of the three. But let's get down to it, see what you think, and find out. So, here's the packaging it comes in. Same as the previous Baltanys I've had. Really nice carry case. So it is handy to be able to use, not just a useless box. And then got the plastic the watch came in, branded cleaning cloth, and then the watch itself. So we'll get all this out of the way and get right down to it. So, here it is. And as I said in the intro, this is an homage of the Dirty Dozen. So we got that sub-dial at the bottom there for the seconds. Going to zoom in so you can see in a bit more detail. Got that nice train track around the outside. Just got the loom dots on the hour markers. Well, just outside the hour markers. So it's a fully printed dial. And then we've got that really nice dome crystal as well. We'll be testing that in a bit to see if it's sapphire. But anyway, as I was saying, fully printed dial. So we've got the Baltany branding at the top. Got that arrow just below that. Then we've got the numerals just painted, and then that train track as well. Really nice handset though. Really nicely done. So some people might not like the loom colour on this because it's that faux patina, but I think it suits this style watch quite well. And again, we'll be checking out the loom shot in a bit. So we're going to zoom back out. Talk about the rest of the watch. So we've got unsigned crown. Would have liked to have seen that signed. Got a really nice simple finish on the case. So it's fully brushed. Really nicely done though. Almost like a satin finish. And then we've got sterile case back as well. But it is screw down. And then we've got a genuine leather strap with a bit of stitching, and then we've got a nice simple buckle which is same finish as the case. So nothing too fancy, but again suits the style of watch. Perhaps would have been nice to have quick release, but not a major issue. So we'll get on to the most important part with this watch, and that's the dimensions. So it's got a thickness of 12.6, lug width of 18, diameter of 36, and then with the all important lug to lug, we've got a really compact 43. So really nice compact dimensions with this one. So let's test whether we've got sapphire crystal on this. Using the trusty diamond selector too. And yeah, we have got sapphire crystal. So that is always good to see, especially when it's a nice domed one like this. And again, it is a really nice dome on that. Probably would have liked it to have a bit of AR coating, because it doesn't really have any, I don't think. But it's not a deal breaker, I guess. So before we check out the loom, I'll quickly tell you about the movement in this. So it's a Seagull ST1701. So if I unscrew, screw down crown, unscrew that, pop it out, you can see the second hand is still going, and we've only got the one position on that. So we've got no go stay position, but we don't have hacking. And then obviously we can just change the time, pop it back in, screw it back down, no issues with that. Got hand winding as well. And then with that crown, screw it back down. It does actually recess into that case a little bit. I'll show you on the back. So ever so slightly, and it makes it a bit easier to pull it out as well. So now let's test what the loom's like on this. So we've got a little bit there already, but let's charge it up, give it a proper chance. And there we go. So we've got a mixture of two different looms on this. We've got, on the numbers, we've got BGW9, then the hands and the actual dots around the outside, they're old radium style. So a bit of an interesting combination there. Oh, and the second hand is obviously BGW9 as well, which is a nice touch, having that done. So again, it's a bit of an odd combination, because we all know that old radium doesn't really tend to last as long as BGW9. So I was a little bit worried when I first tested this one out, but I've actually been pleasantly surprised. The loom on the hands does actually last a decent amount of time. Granted, it doesn't quite last as long as the numbers, the numerals, whatever you want to call them, but it hangs in there a decent amount. Would I have preferred it to be old BGW9? Possibly. Or possibly just have it as all old radium, because I don't really see why you need the BGW9 on there if it's going to last slightly longer. Yeah, it's a nice contrast when you initially got it, but you can see that the old radium bits now are starting to fade a bit already. So all it's left to do now is show you what it's like on wrist, and then we'll wrap this up. So this is what it looks like on my 7-inch wrist, and as you'd expect with those dimensions, it just wears really nicely. Possibly a little bit thick, but I don't think it's too bad. I think it still wears nicely. And again, although it's only a simple strap, it does wear nicely, nice and comfortable. Suits the watch well, I think. But you could probably mix it up, put it on a NATO or put it on something else. It's entirely up to you. I think it'd suit quite a few different styles. I would like to have some AR coating on that crystal, because it does get a little bit of glare now and then. And if I was being really nitpicky, possibly a sign crown. Maybe a design on the case back, but they're not really major issues. So the question is this the best Baltany I've reviewed so far? I'll leave links on screen to the other two, so check them out, let me know what you think. But that's it for this one guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.